Hey everyone, how's it going today? Project today for the 53 pickup truck is we're going to try to take the draft tube out for the crankcase ventilation and try to go with a modern day PCV valve. One of my biggest reasons, I know that it's supposed to be better for the engine for longevity to do it, but what my goal is that when I drive it, like if my wife and I take a ride and it warms up, then the smell that I get from I've noticed that in a lot of the older vehicles I've owned, where you get that smell of the crankcase breathing, and it's just, I don't know, I've just thought that if I could get it to recycle through the intake, it would be a lot better for driving and possibly better for the engine. So anyways, let's take a look at what we're going to do here to get started. We'll look it over a little bit, see what we're going to exactly do here. So, oh, by the way, there's the best look we've had at the fuel pump. I know I've showed it a couple times. I've still got those two lines right here, dead-ended. I swear I'll get to the wiper probably on the next video, but here's the draft tube right here. Comes out of the bottom of the crankcase and then drafts down alongside of the engine, and the whole purpose of it is supposed to pick a vacuum up as you drive and sort of draw the vapors and stuff out of the crankcase. So first thing I'm going to do is take a reading of vacuum, but then we're going to drag this tube out of here and I'm going to do some measurements and see what I can come up with to replace that with the new PCV valve. So let's get started here on taking a vacuum reading first. Okay guys, so I'm going to go ahead and fire it up, and then we're going to put the vacuum gauge on it here. Okay, so I had 20 pounds of vacuum there, so I'm going to go ahead and start taking the draft tube out, and I'll bring you guys back in just a little bit here. Okay guys, well there's a draft tube out, and here's where it went into the crankcase at. Get some of these plug wires out of the way, and then I'm going to go down and try to get this guy right in there. Okay. Alrighty. And there's our reading. So we're right about, it's just about, I'm going to use this reading right here. I'm going to come up with something that I can get in that hole and convert over to put that valve in. So I'm going to start digging around here. Okay guys, so after rounding up a few things, I ended up coming up with this freeze plug right here. It's 1.25 inches, and I actually went online and found this one website, Deeves Stove Bolt. And he said that they've actually done this sort of a swap over before. I was real lucky to find that, so I ran over and got this freeze plug here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill a hole in the center of this guy, and then I've got to come up to about 3/4 inch, and I'm planning on putting this guy in the center of here. Okay, so I'm going to just find center in here. And then I'm just going to put a little punch right in the center there. Okay, so I'm just going to make a little hole in there, and I've got, once I get a hole in the center of that, then I've got, this guy is exactly 3/4 there, the same size as what the PCV valve is, so I'll eventually, I don't know how the heck I'm going to hold this thing as I get going here, but anyways, we'll figure that out once you get a hole in this thing and we'll get started on it. Okay, so we got the hole started in here, and now I got to just make that hole big. So let's see. Now that ain't gonna work. Let me see. How about if I hold it with something as I go? That ain't working. Oh, I came up with a good one. This will work for sure. Okay, we'll just put this in there, and we'll get a nice good clamp on here. And fail number 2, that ain't working either. I think I need a bigger wrench. Let me be right back. I'll get a wrench. Okay, hope you guys found the comedy hour funny here, because this ain't gonna work either. Another fail. Okay, let's see how this works. Ah, thank goodness for the old Volkswagen. Ah, there we go. Okay, that's gonna work. I'll bring you guys back when I get that drilled. Alrighty, just got that guy. Nice little fit right there. Pretty snug. So I've got this Mr. Gasket here. I'll put the part numbers up a little bit later. This guy fits in here, and that'll go in here if I want to go that route. But I'm actually thinking, I had this other grommet, these two are together, and I cut this top off, and I'm sort of liking the way this guy fits right down in here like so. Actually, this goes in first. It goes all the way down in there, and then this guy will go in nice, and I think that way I can get this in and out of the, if I ever have to change it, and that should seal fine. So let me plug this off, and we're going to coat a little bit of high heat gasket sealer on this, and I'm going to drive this one down into the hole around flush. So I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I got the hole cleaned out, got a little bit of this high heat copper gasket material on there, and hopefully this guy will drive down in there. It feels like a nice fit so far. I got this 3/4 inch socket here, and I'm just going to use this to drift it right in there. Guys, so I did get it, I drove it in there. It was nice tight fit. I doubt if I really needed much in the way of sealer on there, but I'll give this just a little bit. And then I do have this upper one here plugged off, so I'll just leave that bottom one there exposed. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to start by running the hose on here now while it's a little easier to get to. And I think I'll just route it right through here. So hopefully you guys can see this okay. Just going to give that a little twist right in there. Okay, I like that. I can keep this line. Eventually I may change this line to a copper, or not a copper, but some solid line like this. But I just want to see if this is going to work first. So I'm going to go to the other side now and hook it up to the manifold. Okay, so I went ahead and put this little manifold that I made here in with, I got some Teflon sealant around the threads, and didn't want to go into the manifold too tight there with it, so just snugged it up. And so we're just going to go ahead and cut this hose off here, and I'm just going to go ahead and plug her right on in here. And that should do it. So I'm going to go ahead and fire it up now, and I'm going to take a little vacuum check, and we'll walk around and see if this is even going to work. Well guys, I didn't think this was going to work because when I took off, I forgot to put those two plug wires back on, and it didn't run very good. But once I put them on, and anyways, so that's the final right there. Okay guys, so here's the final on the PCV valve conversion. I thought it was kind of funny. I went to take off here and I didn't think this was going to work at all. I forgot to put these two plug wires back on there, so it didn't run very good. But once I put the wires back on, it seemed to do just fine. I really didn't have to make any real adjustments. So there it is coming around there. So I guess we'll drive it a little bit and see how it goes. Might have to lean it up a little bit, but yeah, so I'm kind of liking that, and we'll have to see if that makes some of that crankcase smell go away. So I'll update you guys on a future video. And the next video, I think we're finally ready to go ahead and take these the two lines up, the vacuum lines up to the wipers, so I can get rid of that diaper there. So yeah guys, well that's it for this video. And yeah, I set it out there, but I don't know if went to take off and I had those two first plug wires, still left them down, and the thing wouldn't even make it up the hill, and I thought, oh boy, all this work for nothing. But as soon as I put the wires back on, then you know, no problem, it ran good. So hopefully that'll work, and it'll get rid of some of that crankcase smell that I was having. So, well, really appreciate you guys watching the video, and please subscribe. But more than anything, if you watch the videos, just put a little comment down on there, and you know, let me know what I could do to either, you know, make the video better, or if you like it the way it is. But the comments are much appreciated. Okay guys, thank you, and be safe.